24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We do have open conversation scheduled today, and you know that talk line number, 724-438-4593. But for the first 15 minutes, I do have a guest in the studio with me. I want to introduce to you Dr. Bob Hogan from the Centerville Clinics. Doctor, thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me today.
So you're new to the Centerville Clinics in this area, is that correct?
Yes, new to Centerville Clinics. Just started last week. Not new to Uniontown. I was born and raised here,
Okay.
so I'm a native Uniontown resident.
All righty. So did you have a practice prior to Centerville, or you've come back to the area?
I've done a little bit of emergency medicine back in around 2014. I had my own practice doing Botox, lip injections, aesthetics, weight loss management, and decided being my own boss was no longer feasible, and wanted to go back to work and do a time clock and go home and not have to worry about the bills.
Not have to worry about payroll,
all the
that
taxes
kind of
and compliance and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right. I can't say as I blame because I'm going to guess you have some young ones.
I do. I have a 5-year-old daughter named Charlotte, and she does take a lot of time and energy and patience to raise.
Yeah. Yes. So no wonder you want to have a little bit more time, and I don't blame you whatsoever.
Absolutely.
All righty. So, if you've lived in this area for any length of time, you have noticed Centerville Clinics, whether it's right here in Uniontown. I've seen them out in Washington County. I've seen them in other locations as well, too. So what is it with Centerville Clinics that makes them so, prolific?
Well, it's the wide range of services that they are able to offer with uninsured patients, with sliding scale fees, Medicaid, Medicare. They're able to offer a lot of different services, podiatry, dentist. We have 3D mammography. We have DEXA scan. We have laboratory draws. We have imaging. So we're able to do basically that whole kind of wraparound care for the patients. Trying to get somebody to make appointments can be difficult sometimes. So when we get somebody there, we try to do everything that we can, especially on the same day if we can.
Oh, okay. All righty. So, so a little bit different than your normal private practice then, I guess.
Very, very different than the private practice world, but definitely is rewarding nonetheless in being able to help those that have a hard time finding medical care elsewhere, difficulties with transportation, difficulties with making specialist appointments. So we're able to help everybody kind of get all of the care that they need in terms of their annual screening exams, their routine maintenance exams, making sure the medication and all of their annual wellness routine visits are up to date, and making sure we try to catch things as soon as possible and manage their chronic medical conditions as best we can.
Okay. Do you? So you mentioned seeing specialists. So does Centerville have their own specialists in various?
Yes, there is a dermatologist that we have that goes to the different locations. There is a dental team. There's a podiatrist. There's pediatrics. There's an OBGYN as well. So I believe that is the extent of specialties. Correct.
Okay.
I can check with
Yeah.
higher ups to see if there are any others,
Okay.
but that's what
All right.
I know off the top of my head.
But if need be, you're able to refer to other
Yeah,
specialties.
there are other local physicians in the area, cardiology, pulmonology, endocrine, rheumatology, that patients may need referred to.
Okay. You and I kind of off the air. We were chatting a little bit, and I know as a layperson, I know what I guess my biggest complaint is, and I think it probably goes both ways. Is communication. You know, as a patient, I feel that I don't always get the full picture, which could be part of my fault for not asking the right questions. But then again, I'm going to guess you have the same problem in reverse, that I, as the patient, don't give you a full picture either.
Yeah, there's definitely a lack in communication on both ways. I think traditionally medicine or patients have kind of viewed medicine as a provider, a physician, a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, basically just talking to them. This is what you have. This is what I want you to do. Take this pill. Not necessarily talking to them about what the condition is. Are there any lifestyle modifications that can be taking place to also help care for that person? And a lot of times, if you ask a patient what their medical history is, they don't know. They say, I take a blue pill, I take a white pill, I take a yellow pill, and you ask them for what, and a lot of them can't tell you. So whether that is a lack of communication on the provider's part, whether that be a lack of education for the patient, there's definitely a mix in communication somewhere where information isn't being relayed effectively.
So, how do you, as a physician, then, how do you drill down, so to speak, to get the information that you need to give a thorough diagnosis?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times we talk to the patients one-on-one. I try to talk to the patient more just a regular conversation, not using complicated medical terms, not speaking down to a patient, tell them this is what you need to do. Just talking to them as a person to person. And a lot of times patients feel more heard and more validated and more involved in their own care when they're actually part of the conversation and they're part of the treatment plan. So a lot of times I'll have patients talk back to me, asking them if they understand something, how they understand it, and then also having them tell me what it is that we talked about, so I can gauge kind of their understanding as to what we had been talking about. Because a lot of times if you just say, do you understand? They say yes, and okay, now tell me again what it is that we're doing. And so a lot of times I have people who've gotten caught up on that. Do you understand what's going on? Yeah, sure. All right. Tell me again. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, or the blank stare.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Deer in headlights.
Yeah, okay. With Centerville Clinics and with your philosophy on communication with your patient, Centerville Clinics on a whole, do you find that that's the same case across the board at Centerville?
For the 2 weeks that I've been there, yes. The providers that I have been in contact with, the front desk staff, the MAs, the laboratory technicians, everybody that I've talked to so far has been patient first kind of philosophy. Communication has been well. If I need any information, just this morning I needed information from a cardiologist, and within 10 minutes, I had every piece of information that I needed to be able to kind of help the patient kind of talk through what it is that we needed to do. But yeah, that communication piece, not only between provider and patient, but other staff members and specialists, that group, that whole group dynamic, to making sure that everybody is involved with that patient and everybody knows what is going on, because there are a lot of times where you'll see a patient and look at their medication list, and they may be on 2 or two medications that are in the same class and you ask, well, my cardiologist put me on this one and my kidney doctor put me on this one. Well, they're the same class of medication
Yeah.
because people don't necessarily always communicate well. And that is something that hopefully moving forward, the communication piece between patients and providers with other providers does improve so that everybody knows exactly what's going on with the patient.
Yeah. Okay. What is the mission statement for Centerville Clinics? I mean, I've never been to one. Kind of from the outside looking in. I honestly don't know what my impression is of Centerville Clinics.
Okay. Well, we are a federally qualified healthcare system, which we do get money from the federal government to be able to care for patients that may not be able to receive care elsewhere.
Okay.
Whether they make too much money, but there is that gap of making too much money, but not necessarily enough money to afford insurance. So we are able to see those patients through grants from the federal government to be able to kind of fill that gap so that patients don't become, a lot of times patients will just say when they look at their financial piece, what piece do I cut out? Well, I won't go to the doctor just because they just can't afford insurance, and ultimately they over the years their health will suffer. So we are able to help with those types of individuals seek care and achieve medical care regardless of their ability to pay.
Okay, so kind of the underserved
Correct,
population,
yeah.
if you will. Does Centerville take patients that have insurance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They do take commercial insurance, they take Medicare, they take Medicaid, and they do offer a wide variety of different payment options for patients that would pay cash. Sometimes the co-pays for visits are as little as $1.
Okay.
And the grants from the federal government do allow us to help subsidize that care to allow the patient to actually receive the care they need.
Okay. You mentioned a sliding scale earlier. Can you go into a little more detail on that? How that works?
That would be definitely a finance piece and a billing piece. From what I understand of it, it goes on your personal income, however much money you make, and I'm sure there's a calculation in there somewhere that spits out however much money that they decide to charge.
Okay.
Like I've seen $1 visits, I've seen $5 visits, I've seen $8 visits. So the calculation I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
All I can see as a provider, it is made affordable.
Okay.
Whereas a lot of times if you go, I had to go to MedExpress a couple years ago before my wife's insurance kicked in, and just to walk in for poison ivy was $300.
Ouch.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of patients just aren't going to go to the doctor if they know they're going to be hit with hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in bills.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. This happens to me occasionally. I have a question floating around in my head. When it comes time to ask it, I've completely forgotten about it.
You'll remember tonight.
Of course I will.
9:30 at night.
I promise not to call you with that question.
I'm not on call for that tonight.
Okay. What would you like folks to know about Centerville Clinics that is not necessarily, comes to mind?
Just that everybody's welcome. Everybody that seeks care is going to be welcome there. You're going to be met with care, compassion, patience. We're going to do the best we can to help you in your circumstance, your conditions, your chronic medical needs, your annual wellness visits. Again, regardless of your ability to pay something.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely is made very affordable for individuals that do not have insurance.
Gotcha. Walk-ins or appointments preferred?
There are same-day appointments available every day. There are spots available for that 8:30
Uh-huh.
call, hey, I woke up, I don't feel well, can
Yeah.
I come in? So there are same day appointments
Okay.
available every day.
All right. Are all centers equal? In other words, does Uniontown do something different than the one out on Route 40 in Washington County doesn't do?
Well, the one in the main center down in Frederick, on Route 40, I know they do offer the DEXA scans, the mammographies, the imaging. In terms of what other offices offer, I can't tell. I can't speak on that. I know the new office that's going to be opening up here in Uniontown within the next 12 to 18 months will have an on-site pharmacy, so patients are going to be able to see a provider if something's prescribed. Will also be able to leave with that prescription, whether it be for a diabetic medication, an antibiotic, blood pressure medications.
Okay.
They'll be able to leave the same day with that medication.
Okay. Alrighty. So you said a word there that kind of struck with me. A new location. So,
Yes. There is a location that has been purchased that is the address of I do not know. It is over. It's still here localized in Uniontown. It's in it's over near the hospital.
Okay.
I was told 12 to 18 months would be kind of the time frame in opening that up. But
Okay.
their wheels are in motions, and a new building will be opening with
Okay.
on-site pharmacy, lab draw,
Okay.
improved room. We are a
Yeah.
little tight where we are right
Okay.
now, but we do manage to get everything done.
So more information to
More
come on
more
the
to
new
come.
location.
Yes, more will be revealed.
Gotcha. All righty. Well, I think we're kind of out of time.
Well, I do want
But-
to say you deserve a raise for fitting me in today.
Thank
just
you.
in case anyone listening.
Well, I hope Brian hears that.
Okay.
But Dr. Bob Hogan from Centerville Clinics, new to you're out of the Uniontown office here?
Yes, I work
Okay.
here in the Uniontown
Okay.
office. My home is less than a quarter of a mile from the
Okay.
office, so it's not a
Walking
bad commute.
distance.
Walking distance
Yeah,
from
nice day
for
you
sure.
can walk to work, right?
Maybe I probably won't, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, you should. But hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on in today. I learned a little bit more about Centerville Clinics that I just didn't have a clue about.
I'm glad I could help.
And I hope some folks out there. What phone numbers do folks need to call if they need to schedule an appointment, if they haven't seen a doctor for a while because of monetary concerns for whatever reason?
Offhand, I do not have a telephone
okay.
number. Their Facebook, Google, the CentervilleClinics.com website.
Okay.
There are numbers all over for.
Okay.
There's the Uniontown office to make an appointment. There's the main number that they can make appointments there as
Okay.
well.
All right. Can Uniontown office set up appointments for all the locations?
I don't believe so.
No?
I mean, I'm sure
Okay.
they probably could,
Connect
but
you over
it's
maybe?
they'll shoot you
Okay.
over to
Okay.
the appropriate location that'll
Okay.
help better put patients in the appointment slots that they
All right.
need.
Very good. All right, Dr. Bob Hogan, Centerville Clinics, thank you so much for coming on in and chatting with us today. Coming up next, Open Conversation, 724-438-4593.
Everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Trade me in.
Salute. It's Jessica Karingala and Joe Malika here at Ford of Uniontown. Summer is here, and there's never been a better time to upgrade during the Ford Summer Sales event.
Looking for America's best-selling truck? Right now, drive home a new Ford F-150 with up to $9,000 off MSRP, or choose up to $7,000 off MSRP with low financing rates as low as 3.9 for 60 months or 4.9 for 72, or even 84 months.
Need something versatile for work, weekends, and everything in between? Check out other models such as the Maverick, Bronco Sport, or Explorer, all ready for your next summer adventure.
Our award-winning service department is ready to keep your Ford running all summer long with convenient online service appointments and free pickup and delivery to cover your needs.
Don't wait. These summer savings won't last forever. Your truck knows, shouldn't you? That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's. 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes tax, title, license, and documentation fees. Financing through Ford Credit, and not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete details.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare. Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation for the rest of today's show. I am looking forward to chatting with you. 724-438-4593. Couple things on my list. We'll start off with the World Cup came to an end with Spain beating Argentina 1-0 in extra time. Apparently numbers are out, and the World Cup brought in $15 billion. Everybody is saying that this is the most successful World Cup and most entertaining World Cup ever. So congratulations to all the organizers. Congratulations to everybody in the United States that had any kind of hand in putting this together. Travelers from abroad just awed by the United States, everything we have here to offer, in complete and utter, I don't know, almond? If I don't even think that's the word, of our stadiums. They've never seen anything like it. So congratulations to the World Cup. Pirates, they're they're hanging in there. They just took 2 of 3 from the Cleveland Guardians with a blown save opportunity again, where they could have gone 3 for 3. Little harder tonight when they take on the New York Yankees in New York. So we can chat about that. And also, we are, just days away, really, from the start of the 2026 NFL football season and the start of Steeler training camp. Down in Washington, Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife, Usha Vance, have welcomed their 4th child into the family, Alex Neil Vance. So congratulations to the First Lady and the Vice President on that. This is the first child born to the second family since Schuler Colfax, who was President Grant's vice president in his first term. So it's been a while since that we've seen a newborn in Washington. Let's see here. Mayor Zoran Mondami in the news again. Well, when isn't he, right? But now again is threatening to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu when he arrives in New York, I believe later this week, to give an address to the United Nations. The mayor says that the Prime Minister is a criminal and belongs in custody behind bars at The Hague, Netherlands, and that his law department is investigating all possible avenues to take the Prime Minister into custody, which of course brings up the whole question about interfering with national foreign policy. And again, thinking he can do things that he can't. It appears that Democrats, traditional Democrats, are starting to speak out against the Democratic Socialists of America candidates, saying, and now I will credit Senator Fetterman with starting this months ago, but others are now getting on board saying, yeah, their policies are just plain wacko and have nothing to do with the Democrat Party. We'll get to that in a little bit. But because first I wanted to, and this kind of plays into upcoming elections, the midterms, if you will. But here in Pennsylvania, not so much the midterms, but our governor is up for re-election. And this is where this kind of comes into play. The Missouri Economic Research and Information Center came out with their cost of living stats for the first quarter of 2026, so January, February, March. In this cost of living research they did, they took into account the cost of groceries, housing costs, utilities, transportation, health costs, among other things. And through their formula, they came up with a list of the most expensive states to live in, all the way down to the least expensive states to live in. So the 10 worst, we start at Hawaii coming in at number 50. Okay, I'll kind of give you a little break on that. Hawaii is kind of an outlier. You know, they're, 1,000 miles away from the mainland, getting goods and commodities. Okay, adds a little bit to that cost of living. So we'll kind of give Hawaii a bit of a break on that. So coming in at 49, though, Massachusetts, then California, Alaska comes in at 47. Now, Alaska, same thing. You know, they're away from the continental United States. A little harder to get things up there, which adds to the cost. So we'll kind of give, you know, Alaska a pass on that too. Coming in at 46, New York. 45, Maryland. 44 is New Jersey. 43, Washington. 42nd, Maine. 41st, Connecticut. 40th, Vermont. And, okay, 39th, Rhode Island. So, of all those states listed, and we'll still list Hawaii and Alaska in here. Of those states, and it was 11 states that I listed there, 2 are Republican. Vermont, which came in at number 40, is a Republican governorship, and Alaska at 47 is a Republican governorship. Everything else is Democrat. So 9 of the top 11 worst states to live in cost of living wise, are run by Democrat governors. On the flip side, the 11th least expensive state to live in is New Mexico. Arkansas is 10th. Tennessee is 9th. Then you have Missouri, Iowa, Indiana. West Virginia came in 5th. Kansas, Mississippi 3rd, Alabama 2nd. Excuse me. And Oklahoma is the least expensive state to live in. Now, of those 11 states, 2 are Democrat, 9 Republican led. So I tell you all this because you might be asking yourself right now or saying, hey, Russ, where's Pennsylvania ranking here? And, well, guess what? Pennsylvania is tied for 25th, right dang smack in the middle. So I bring this up because we have an election coming up. And, well, you have a choice. Really? Do you want to live in a more expensive state? Or do you want to live in a less expensive state? We could go either way here. Go either way. We have a governor that loves to spend money. And then he doesn't tell the truth about it. I've asked several people this question. Governor Shapiro is running a re-election campaign. In it, there are senior citizens that thank him for a tax cut. It makes life easier for them. Nowhere in this ad does it mention what this tax cut is. Nowhere. I've been asking people, what's this tax cut that's mentioned in this re-election? And nobody knows. But we do know that this governor loves to spend money. He presented back in February a budget proposal for the 26-27 fiscal year that spent over $5 billion more dollars than what was going to be estimated to come in through revenue. He proposed a deficit spending budget. I don't see that changing if he's given another 4 years in Harrisburg. Fortunately, we have a Republican-led Senate that puts a stop to that. Maybe doesn't stop enough, but at least it's a balanced budget. So I wanted to point that out to you. But why though? You know, what is it? What is it that that people vote Democrat? How is it that we have excuse me. You know what? I didn't count this up, so I'm going to count this up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Why is it we have 23 Democrat governors in this country? When you see that 9 of the worst 11 states, cost of living wise, are run by Democrat governors, why would anybody vote Democrat? What is it that makes these states have a high cost of living? Start asking yourself that. What is it? High taxes, they come into play. But why do you have high taxes? Start asking yourself that. And say, what works better for me? Is a lower cost of living work better for me? Does it allow me to stretch my dollars farther? My salary, my Social Security, my pension, does it go farther? In a state that has a lower cost of living? So yes, we like to see policies that's good for everybody, but you also have to think about yourself. I don't disagree with that. So yeah, you like this, you like all the good things, but what's best for you? What's going to make your life easier? So that brings me to the Socialist Democrats of America. And, well, we're going to get to that shortly because I do have to take a break. We'll start talking about that when we come back. But I do want to tell you we are coming up to a break here. And What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks & Buzz Drugstore, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, Madewell Services, full lawn care cleaning services, Bright Stripe Seal Coating, Line Striping, and AR Roofing and Remodeling. And, yes, these fine folks as well.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
So what's the difference between the sheds I see in the parking lot of the big box stores and a professionally built and installed JDM structure shed from Ultimate Structures? Good question. First, the manufacturer, JDM Structures, is one of the premier shed builders in business for 34 years. They use composite materials for the exterior with baked-on paint. This ensures you'll have an extended lifespan for your shed. And listen to this. 75% of Ultimate Structures orders are personally designed to satisfy the customer's needs. That's right. And the turnaround time for a custom designed shed is no longer than just buying a stock shed. Compare the roof designs, the superior piano door hinges, the quality of the wall panels, and personal customer service. You'll see. Come to the Mega Lot on Route 51 South, just outside Perryopolis. You need a shed? We can help. We design what you desire. Ultimate Structures.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor, available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Strap. Located at 34 South Street in downtown Uniontown, newly remodeled, American-inspired, where Western meets Americana. We have all your red, hot, and blue accessories. American Pride handbags, crossbody bags, and wallets, along with the new Montana West 250-year anniversary American flag braided tote bags. Myra brand is back at Strap in your favorite denim selections. Bags and boots, including the Liberty Star bootie. We have bag charms, bag chains, an abundance of star-spangled jewelry, t-shirts, flip-flops, wild rags, scarves, and twillies. Here's to the red, white, and blue. Woohoo! Strap, 34 South Street in downtown Uniontown, 724-557-6184. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5, and Saturdays, 10 to 3. Stop, browse, and shop, and let accessories bling.
Are you using credit cards to keep up with high grocery, gasoline, and utility prices? Are you being sued? If yes, call Zebley Law Office today. Before paying unaffordable debts or entering debt management, give us a call at 724-439-9200 and we'll meet with you for free. Maybe a bankruptcy is a cheaper, faster choice to eliminate your debts, keep your home and car, and get a fresh start. Call us today for a free in-person consultation, 724-439-9200. Tired of running out of hot water? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is your local source for reliable tank and tankless gas water heaters. Whether you're replacing an old unit or upgrading to an energy-efficient tankless system, we have options to fit your home and budget. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help you get dependable hot water when you need it most. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com. Koval Building Supply. Everything you need to keep your home running comfortably.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host, 724-438-4593. So, Democratic Socialists of America. I've heard a lot recently about their platform, so I went looking for it, and I found it. I found their new platform, which they put together earlier this year. And it just... Here's the very first thing that you see on their homepage. This is in highlighted letters. Imagine taking a day off from work in a future without capitalism. Okay? And they follow it up. It says, you might not feel as badly needed. It might not feel as badly needed as it does now. You enjoy your work. It's interesting to you, and you're well-trained for it. You work as much as you are able and no more than needed, and you would control your own labor and see it going to good use. It's not just a job to pay the bills. Okay, you work as much as you are able and no more than needed. That is exactly. Wording's different, obviously, but it is the exact same sentiment as Karl Marx when he said, from each according to his ability, to each according his need. That is the exact same sentiment. The Democrat Socialists of America are communist. They want to bring a communist way of life to the United States of America. So that's just the start of it. We're running out of time this hour. We'll get into it more in the second hour, but before we do, I do have a guest on line one, so let's find out what they want to chat about. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
How you doing?
Good. How about yourself, Fred?
All right. No, Pete.
No. Oh, Pete. I'm sorry, Pete. I apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. The lack
Hey,
of the lack of beeping there kind of confused me there for a second.
All right. I was wondering the same thing, why anybody would want to vote for a Republican. I was thinking the same thing you were saying,
Okay.
but the opposite. but opposite. Because in my lifetime, and I'm in my 80s, and in my lifetime, I don't remember one thing Republican Party ever did for the working man. And I know Franklin Roosevelt, he was called a democratic socialist, and he put in Social Security.
Yes, he did.
And he tried to put in health care for people, but the war came along and he couldn't. But he did get in the 8-hour workday and a 40-hour work week with time and a half. And then came along Lyndon Johnson. He was a Democrat, but then at the end they called him a democratic socialist, and he put in Medicare. Now, I don't know of anything the Republican Party did except George Bush Jr. He put in, I think he put in prescriptions. So that was really the only thing. But other than that, I don't remember anything. And I would take Franklin Roosevelt any day over the week over Donald Trump.
Okay.
Because there's no comparison. As far as lying about Spiro saying he lies, well, we know every day Donald Trump lies. Every day, every time he opens his mouth.
We're talking about two different things here. You know,
Okay.
we're talking about an election that is just around the corner from us. All right.
Right.
So we're talking about Josh Shapiro. And Pete, I'd love to go more, but unfortunately, I got the news coming, so we gotta put a pause to this. Thanks for your call today.
Hey, Fox News is next, followed by TJ. It is 2 o'clock, WMBS, Uniontown.
A new warning to Iran. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump says Iran will pay many times over every time they kill an American soldier. The White House also now confirming he will attend a dignified transfer tomorrow after several U.S. soldiers were killed since Friday, with the identities of 2 released so far.
The military identifying them today as 25-year-old First Lieutenant James Freehan of Hawaii and Isabella Gonzalez of Texas. She was just 19 years old. Video released by the AP appears to show that strike on Friday at the American base in Jordan. The military also listing another service member as missing after that strike, although human remains have been found. And a 4th service member died Saturday in Iraq while detonating a downed Iranian drone.
Fox's Alex Hogan at the White House. Iran keeps attacking Gulf neighbors despite daily U.S. attacks on Iran, though neither side is ruling out a deal. President Trump also just posting that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form while in the United States. This after the New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani floated the possibility of having Netanyahu arrested if he comes to New York for the UN General Assembly.
Last year on the campaign trail, Mamdani first vowed to pursue Netanyahu's arrest. And when speaking to the Times, Mamdani cited a 2024 International Criminal Court warrant issued for Netanyahu over alleged war crimes in Gaza, allegations that Israel has denied.
Fox's C.B. Cotton, Mamdani telling the New York Times the city is exploring legal issues. Netanyahu posting a defense of his leadership and Israel's actions and writing that Mamdani needs to focus on running New York City. A big business deal already approved by the Justice Department is now on hold. A federal judge just ordering Paramount and Warner Brothers to pause their merger for at least 2 weeks, allowing a multi-state challenge to play out in court. America is listening to Fox News.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments, just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Another Republican is in the running for Lindsey Graham's former Senate seat.
South Carolina Congressman Russell Fry is entering a special Republican primary called following the death of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham earlier this month. Graham was already nominated to serve another term and was running in this November's elections. Fry is joining a field of at least 3 others. The seat is currently being held by Graham's sister Darlene, appointed by Governor Henry McMaster to fill the remainder of the term. While she has not publicly announced a run for the seat herself, President Trump is urging her to seek the office. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Tomorrow is the first day to file for that race ahead of the special GOP election set for August 11th. The other announced Republican candidates include another congressman, Ralph Norman, at least 3 other Republicans announcing their intention to run the GOP winner to face Democrat Annie Andrews in November. Senator Darlene Graham speaks with Fox's Sean Hannity tonight. That interview airing at 9 p.m. Eastern on Hannity. Voters in one Florida race have an unusual choice.
There are 4 mayoral hopefuls on the ballot in Tallahassee, Florida, but it's an unofficial write-in candidate that's going viral. A heavy-boned 6-year-old pooch with long ears who's launching his campaign a month out from the August primary, representing the Hound Party. A vote for Arnie, the Basset Hound, won't actually count since dogs can't hold office, but a pet peeve of some voters is candidates talking in generalities. And Arnie's owner, Lee Meadows, says the goal is for Arnie's platform to discuss issues that voters care about and want to hear about, and that maybe it'll get Arnie's human opponents to address these concerns. Meadows says he's already had people telling him Arnie is the best candidate for the job.
Fox's Lillian Wu. Stocks remain mixed. Right now, the Dow's down 153 points, but the S&P and the NASDAQ are in the green. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It's 2:05. It's sunny and 81 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. We'll check sports and weather after the news. Pennsylvania Western University President John Anderson will be leaving in August for a job as president of Utah Valley University. Anderson served as Penn West president for the past 2 years. The State System of Higher Education's Board of Governors will meet in the coming weeks to appoint an interim president. The next president will be Penn West's 4th in 5 years. Police are seeking information about the disappearance of a man who was last seen in Northsturbain Township, Washington County, 20 years ago. The Northsturbain Police Department said in a post on social media Saturday that Jason Higgins was last seen by his family walking in the area of Cherry Street on July 18, 2006. Higgins was reportedly at Jimmy G's bar on South Central Avenue that evening. He has not been heard from since. Higgins is described as 5 feet 9 inches tall with brown hair and eyes. At the time of his disappearance, he was 34. Anyone with information should contact Northsturbain Police. Following severe storms in the region on Saturday, the National Weather Service confirmed 2 tornadoes touched down, with one being in western Pennsylvania. A tornado was confirmed northeast of Latrobe near Stewart and Pandora Roads in Westmoreland County. The other was reported near Somerville in Jefferson County. The NWS said the tornadoes were determined based on video evidence of a funnel which briefly contacted the ground. The Rolling Stones have tied a record with the Beatles on the British charts. Mark Mayfield will tell us more.
The world's greatest rock and roll band have released their new album, Foreign Tongues, and it jumped to the top of the UK's official albums chart. It's the Stones' 15th #1 album on the chart, tying a record held by the Beatles. Both bands, however, are behind British pop star Robbie Williams, who has 16 #1 albums in the UK. I'm Mark Mayfield.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather are next.
439-2323 for 24-hour emergency service. Call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. and it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, Pirates visit the New York Yankees tonight. Braxton Ashcraft will be on the mound for the Bucks, who are 52-48. We'll have the game on WMBS, the pregame at 6:40. First pitch, 7:05. We're just about a week away from the Steelers reporting to St. Vincent College in Latrobe for training camp. That'll be on July 28th. The first practice is July 29th at 11 a.m.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
The Weather Watch is being brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Call Nate at 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more. Get a free quote now.
The Code Orange Air Quality Alert continues until 8 tonight, and the sunshine continues this afternoon, 84. Partly cloudy, 70 tonight. Showers and storms tomorrow. Some of the storms could be severe. 79 the high for tomorrow. Right now, sunny and 81 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. It's 2:10 on this Monday. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, we have Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on WMBS.
The Weather Watch has been brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Nate is there for you. Call 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor, available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
The music stopped when I started having knee pain.
For gospel singer Andrea Michaud, knee pain was keeping her from doing what she loves. That's when she turned to orthopedic surgeon Jason Kinney, MD, and the team at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital.
I am singing his praises.
Our patients benefit from large health system expertise and community hospital comfort. Learn more at wvumedicine.org/Uniontown.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at garysautosales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Take the back bus.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? FACT, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation, can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. FACT, your community, your connection.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service.
Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Boss at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind, brought to you by AR Roofing and Remodeling. Bright Stripes, seal coating and line striping. Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services. K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty. Hicks & Boss Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. All right. Just to recap, top of the hour talking points. World Cup came to an end yesterday with Spain in a thrilling 1-0 victory over Argentina. 1-0 in extra time. So congratulations to Spain on their World Cup title. Pirates started the second half of the season with a 2-1 victory over the 2-1 victory over the Cleveland Guardians. Could have been 3-0, but again the bullpen let them down, and some defense too. Let me see here. Vice President Vance and his wife Usha had their fourth child. Alex Neil Vance was born over the weekend, the first baby born to the vice presidency since Schuler Colfax, the vice president for Ulysses S. Grant back in 1870. Mayor Zoran Mondami is trying to figure out if he can arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu when the Prime Minister arrives in New York to address the UN later this week. And the Democrat Party appears to finally be waking up and is calling out the Democrat Socialists of America and their policies. So we'll see what happens there. Let's get a phone call in, and before I start talking some more about the Democrat Socialists of America, we'll get this phone call in, shall we? Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes.
It's Mark calling.
Hey, Mark, how are you today?
Oh, I'm kind of cross, man. I'm kind of crossed.
Yeah?
I got a problem with capitalism.
Okay.
You know.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I had this cabinet, this metal cabinet in my basement. It's been in our family for about 100 years.
Uh-huh.
You know, a little bit rusted. Well, I took it out. I got rid of it today. Drove it 1 mile to the scrap yard.
Yeah.
Went up. They weighed it, man. You ever been to a scrap yard, Russ?
Not for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience.
Uh-huh.
You got to try it.
Okay.
But anyway, they paid me $2 for, they said a cabinet weighed 20 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, it was a mile away, so I drove 2 miles at 70 cents. That's what the government gives you for mileage, right? It's $1.40.
Yep, you made 60 cents, didn't you?
Well, wait a minute, Russ. Wait, my time's worth something.
Oh, okay.
My time's worth something, okay, to get it out of here, drive it there, come back. It's probably a half hour of my time, Russ.
Okay.
So, okay, that's $3.62 for minimum wage. So I put out $5.02. I got paid 2 cents. So I lost $3.02, Russ. I should have just stayed home under my tree, my ancestral tree, and drink my wine.
But you can alter, your own self-worth there. You could say, you know what, I'm only worth 5 cents, and then you make money.
Wait a minute. The bills should show up here in the mail. They don't think that way. They don't think that way, Russ.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Russ, that's all you got for today.
All righty. Okay, Mark.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, go find some more cabinets you can trade in.
Like hell.
All right.
They're going to lose money.
All right. Okay, Mark. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are open, so give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. 724-438-4593. Okay, let's see here. What else? So this is from the Democrat Socialists of America, their webpage, their platform, the ideas that they are running on. Let's see. You have no debt, it says. You don't need health insurance. You don't pay a mortgage or have a landlord because comfortable housing is a human right. Your retirement is publicly funded. Food, education, energy, medicine, and transportation aren't for-profit businesses. They are common goods and utilities. So everything is going to be run by the government. Let me see here. So I like this one too. Okay, enough about bills, it goes on to say. What do you do on your day off? Maybe in the morning you walk your kids to school, run errands, or go to a doctor's appointment. In the afternoon, you might play a sport, practice a new skill, read, plan a trip. In the evening, you could meet up with friends or family and eat together, maybe go to the movies or down to the park. These are all familiar everyday activities. A socialist day off could be like any good day now. But what if you were free to spend your time how you like without worrying about cost or dreading going back to work? What if you didn't have to think about paying rent or loans at the end of the month or saving for college or affording groceries? What would that be like? That would be like total chaos. That would be absolutely no incentive to do anything. Anything. Society would come to a standstill. Where you are now, it's not going to get any better. No one will bother thinking about, oh, hey, maybe if I did this and tweaked this piece, this idea, it would, create money for me. I could sell this idea. No more creativity. Because, all that incentive is taken away from you. What else here? As I'm just paging down here, there's a couple things here. Let me see. It says democracy for all is this category. Extend all voting rights to all permanent U.S. residents and restore the right to vote for incarcerated people and people with criminal convictions. Okay, so it says nothing about citizenship. Extend all voting rights to all permanent U.S. residents. Okay, you come across the border, you decide to live here full time, that makes you permanent, doesn't it? So you have no skin in the game whatsoever, and yet you're going to be allowed to vote. Those incarcerated can vote. Those with a criminal record. Okay, in some instances, I can see that. I might be okay. I might be on board with that. But you know what? When you commit a crime, you do lose certain rights. What else here? I love this one. A real democracy for the working class to govern, we need a new political system. End political corruption and legalized bribery. Okay, I understand that. Get rid of lobbyists. I think at some point in time we've all said that same thing, so I'm okay with that. Dark money and citizens united. Okay, dark money, that has to go, that deals with campaign finances. Yeah, I might have a little problem with that. Dark money itself. Citizens United, I have no idea what they mean by that. Does it mean that any group that is politically minded is now outlawed? Does that what that mean? Does that take the citizens, the term Citizens United, is that a way that says no more free speech? That's what I'd be concerned about. And publicly finance all elections. Okay. Here's where it gets real problematic. Abolish the Electoral College. Replace the president and Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress. So Congress will tell the Supreme Court how to rule. Replace the two-party system with a multi-party democracy. Well, we have multi-parties now, and we are a republic, not a democracy. A democracy, if you're talking about full democracy, which I seriously doubt they are, but it sounds good. Democracy is another word for chaos, because if you're truly going to have a democracy, that means you vote on every little piece of legislation, every little idea, everything. You vote on what you have for lunch. You vote on everything. Talk about chaos and bringing things to a standstill. Expand the House of Representatives, implement proportional representation and ranked choice voting in all elections, and abolish the Senate. Okay, so we do have proportional representation. Our House of Representatives is proportional. Every representative, all 435, represent approximately 480,000 U.S. citizens. They want to abolish the Senate. Now, I heard an interview with the vice chair of the Democrat Socialists of America. And his explanation for getting rid of the Senate, he says, well, that was originally designed to benefit the millionaires in this country. No, it wasn't. It was part of equal representation. Now, one thing I might agree with that a little bit. Up until about 100 years ago, 109 years ago, the senators were chosen by the individual states. And depending on the state, either the governor picked who the two senators were, or it went through the legislature of that state. So you, the voting public, had no say in who the senators were. So I could see the argument that they were appointed by those in power to maybe later on grant favors. Okay, that's an argument that I might be able to get on board with. But back in 1913, the 17th Amendment came along. And that 17th Amendment changed the way senators were chosen. The individual states no longer chose them. It was chosen by you and I in elections. So we were represented. And I don't have to tell you this because you're smart. You remember your civics from high school. Reason we have two branches in our legislature, two offices, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives was to represent people more closer to a 1-to-1 ratio. And so in other words, one representative for X amount of citizens. And as I mentioned, it's about up to 470,000 thereabout right now. The Senate was, and that's why, California has, and I've lost count, California has 40-some representatives and Delaware has one. Okay, because it's based off of population. The Senate is there to give each state, regardless of population, equal say, equal power. That's why California, with their 10 million, 20 million residents, have 2 senators, and Delaware, with its 300, 400,000 residents, have 2 senators. They are equal. It's representative. But the Democrats, Socialists of America want to get rid of the Senate. They want one state to be more powerful than another. They want to establish public ownership of the largest corporations and essential industries to ensure democratic control and accountability to the people. Enact aggressive wealth taxes on the richest individuals and corporations to spend on public goods and infrastructure. So again, they want to take from the wealthy, and they want to do the Robin Hood effect. What else here along the way? It just, this is just, I don't know. To me, it's scary. It is absolutely scary. And they need to form their own party, but they know that if they form their own party, they don't have a chance. That's why they're working their way into the Democrat Party. They're slowly pushing Democrats out of the way. The Democrat platform is not the Democrat Socialists of America platform. I heard a talking head over the weekend say the Democrat Socialists of America are taking over the Democrat Party the way that MAGA is taking over the Republican Party. The only difference, this talking head says, was that MAGA loves America, the Democrat Socialists of America hate America. They hate this. They hate how America is right now, and they want to remold it in their own warped vision, their own warped view based off of Karl Marx. Remember what I said last hour? That's at the front of their webpage on their platform. You work as much as you are able and no more than needed. That mirrors, as I said, Karl Marx. When he said, as soon as I find it here, I lost it, but I'll find it again. There we go. And this is from Karl Marx, you know, who a lot of people feel is the father of communism. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. So you that are able, and you that make money, will be not working for yourself, but you're going to be working for your next door neighbor who doesn't have the fortitude to go out and work, who doesn't have the work ethic. Is this really the way America is going? I don't think so. I mean, some people want it to go that way. But I think America will wake up eventually and say no and put an end to this. My concern is, won't wake up fast enough or soon enough. And if that's the case, it might be too late. Because I guarantee you, if they get in power, they are not going to give it up easily. Got to take a quick little break. When we come back, both lines are open. Would love to hear from you. 724-438-4593.
Everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
It's the Summer Sales Event going on now at Thurby's Riverside Ford. That means all new Ford Escape, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and F-150s come with 0% Ford credit financing for 36 months, plus a $1,000 Ford factory rebate. And as a bonus, all vehicles come with a 2-year, 25,000-mile Ford complimentary maintenance plan.
Check out these low payments on a new 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend or a new 2026 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive pickup. Just $399 per month for 36 months with $999 down. Ford Motor Credit financing required. 3-year lease is based on 10,500 miles per year. No security deposit required. Offer ends August 3rd, 2026.
See Joey, Jimmy, Sammy, or Ashley at Thurby Riverside Ford, your one Ford Elite Presidential Award-winning dealer, located 1 mile past the casino at Nemacolin.
Looking for a great place to eat in Uniontown? Stop by Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue and proudly owned by the Vernon family. Casey's is open Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday through Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come check out their new items and delicious entrees. And remember, Casey's can cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility, combined with our personalized approach, is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges Jr.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. Looking forward to chatting with you. 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, Mr. Rhodes, how you doing, bud?
Good, how are you?
Oh, great. Hey, listen, you're glossing over the fact that our current president has a lot of socialist tendencies. And why don't you take a minute to discuss those?
Well, what do you think those might be, John?
Okay, I'll tell you. When Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel merged, which I thought was a good deal, the president insisted on a golden share, which entailed government control of a private enterprise, okay? Whenever NVIDIA chips, very desirable throughout the world, were ruled not to be sent to other countries because of security, Donald Trump says, well, if you give us a 15% cut on what you export, we're going to allow that. So that's kind of government control. We talk about rare earth materials. The government buys companies or shares in companies. Coincidentally, the president's son sits on the board of some of those rare earth companies. So that's kind of socialism. Intel, okay, the chip maker. The government owns a portion of that company. So socialism being defined as government controlling the means of production, Donald Trump's up to his eyebrows in control, and therefore has socialist tendencies.
Well, John, and you said this yourself, whether you don't realize it or not, they're not in control. They have a piece of the action, but they're not in control. And that's exactly what the Democrats, Socialists of America want to do. They want to own the corporations. They want to have complete control over how those companies operate.
Okay, so when Donald Trump says to the maker of Apple phones, I don't want you making phones in China. I want you making phones in some other country. And that's kind of control there. When he says to the
I don't want Apple making them in China either. I would much prefer Apple be making them here in the United States or in a country that's more favorable to the United States.
I would prefer they make them right here in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, but guess what? That is never going to happen. So meanwhile, back at reality, okay, this guy wants a piece of any action that goes down. And when you have government interference in the private sector, that's socialism, and there's no way around that.
Well, I don't disagree with you on that, John, but what I'm saying is the Democrats, Socialists of America, they want it all. They don't want just a little piece. They want it all.
They're not going to get that. That's pie in the sky. That's rhetoric. I'm talking about what is going on today in government and in business. That's what we have to deal with.
Well, again, I come back and say to you, not that I necessarily like it myself, but it's just a piece. They don't have controlling interest in the companies, John.
Well, sure they do. If you're the government, you have the right to approve a project or disapprove? How much control does that really give you? And I'll wrap this up. I don't want to belabor the point. You have a vote. I have a vote.
Yep.
Okay. How many votes does a person like Elon Musk have? How many votes, Russ? With
One.
his power, influence, and money, how many votes does he have?
One.
See, that's a problem.
He's got one. He can only go to the ballot once.
Well, you can walk into the voting booth one time, but what do you do in your spare time with your trillion-dollar wealth? You have tremendous, tremendous control. And this is why Americans, a lot of Americans, look at socialism and say, hey, I love America, but it's just not working for me. Right now, it is just not working for me. So that's the problem. Hey, bud, go ahead. I'll let somebody else call.
Right.
You have a good day.
Okay, John, have a good one. Thanks for the call. 724-438-4593. I don't think socialism is going to work for anybody. Unless you are part of the power. You know, why is it we, I shouldn't say we, why is it some like to degrade and demean those that have made millions, and in the Elon Musk case, billions? Okay, maybe, you know, in the case of our president, you know, he started with $1 million that his dad gave him. So, okay, he had, you know, he started up the ladder, farther up the ladder than you and I. They still came up with the idea. They still to create a company, to create a product that would sell. They came up with the idea. They came up with the plan to make that idea, to market that idea, to sell that idea. They came up with the idea to work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, to make that idea, make that goal come true. And now they're reaping the benefits of their hard work. And that hard work, by the way, has turned into jobs for millions. You know, I've meant to go look this up, and I haven't yet. But I want to see how many people Elon Musk actually employs through all his different companies. What his payroll is like every month. I haven't done that yet. That's on my list to do. And when I do it, I'll bring you the information. But why do we vilify people for being successful? Why do people try and tear them back down? Wouldn't it be more productive to try and emulate them? To try and be like them? And you might fall down a couple times, but guess what? This is America. You have the chance to get back up and try again. You know, people blast Donald Trump because a number of his companies went bankrupt. Well, you know what? He had the fortitude to get up, dust himself off, and move on to the next project. You can do the same thing. Yeah, it might be a little bit harder for you to go out and do that, but it's still there. That goal is there for you. Why do you want to tear down somebody that has reached that goal instead of working to reach that goal yourself? Is it because it would make you feel good? Oh, it feels good to have somebody like that lose it all. Why not reach for the stars? Yeah, you might fail. You know what? I fail at a lot of things, but I keep moving on. I'm happy with my life. I'm very happy with my life. I look back on my life. There's some things I've done that I'm not so proud of, but there are far more things that I am proud of. Why not strive to be like Elon Musk? Why not strive to be like Bill Gates or Donald Trump or Warren Buffett or Jamie Dixon? Why? That ability exists in all of us. Tap into that ability, become like them. Don't tear them down. I don't understand this. I don't understand this trend towards Great Britain, they just got a new prime minister today. I can't remember his name now. Keir Starmer, he resigned back in June, and today was his final day that he did resign officially today. New prime minister. He's a socialist. And I might add, he wasn't elected by the people. Parliament elected him. I don't understand. I don't. 724-438-4593. We'll be right back after this.
It's never too late for good dental health. If you've been putting off seeing a dentist, Dr. Renee Stevens can help. She's accepting new patients at the Connellsville Medical and Dental Office. Dr. Stevens encourages patients to schedule a visit and start on the road to better dental health. Call 724-632-6801. That's 724-632-6801. We accept most insurances, and we provide care regardless of your ability to pay.
Main Street Theater Company presents Rent, July 24th and 25th at 7 p.m. and July 26th at 2. A Tony Award-winning musical and Pulitzer Prize drama winner, Rent follows the life of impoverished young artists and musicians struggling to survive and create in New York's Lower East Side. With songs that rock and a story that resonates with audiences of all ages, Rent has become a pop culture phenomenon. Get tickets online at statetheater.info or call 724-439-1360. Tired of running out of hot water? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is your local source for reliable tank and tankless gas water heaters. Whether you're replacing an old unit or upgrading to an energy-efficient tankless system, we have options to fit your home and budget. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help you get dependable hot water when you need it most. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com. Koval Building Supply. Everything you need to keep your home running comfortably.
Uniontown Liquidation Outlet wants to thank you for borrowing our special pay at 2025. Come shop with us for the lowest prices around. We have toys, home goods, tools, electronics, and much more. We offer layaway, so stop in today and ask us how it works. We are located inside the Uniontown Mall.
The Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Hope to see you soon.
Are your sofa cushions flat? Are the springs sagging or broken? Does the fabric show signs of wear from years of use? Well, now is a great time to buy a sofa at Chesler's Fine Furniture during their Craft Master Custom Order Sale. Choose from 50 different styles and more than 1,200 different fabrics and colors. The possibilities are endless with beauty and quality inside and out. Craftmaster has delivered quality and value by using the latest in furniture design and technology. In fact, Craftmaster cushions and decks have been tested and shown to deliver 23% greater support over a 10-year period. Only because Chesler's is confident that the quality is built in, they are offering a limited 5-year warranty on all suits. Craftmaster sofas start at just $9.99, with matching love seats and chairs available. All living room suits will be on sale at Chesler's, with sofas starting as low as $4.99. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks? When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor, available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We've got about 4.5 minutes left in today's show. Plenty of time for you to give me a buzz. 724-438-4593. Hey, I mentioned last hour the Pirates start a 3-game series with the New York Yankees tonight. Pre-game, 6:40. First pitch, 7:05. So that is coming from Yankee Field in New York. So I think this could be a pivotal series for the Pirates. If they could take 2 of 3, really, and New York, they're up there in the standings in the American League. They're one of the top teams. And even if they weren't, it's the New York Yankees. My feeling is if they can take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees in New York, this could really jumpstart. And not that an extra jolt, let's put it that way, to this team. I think this team is starting to believe in itself, that the playoffs are a possibility for them. And again, I think if they can take 2 of 3 from the Yankees, this would help cement that idea in their heads. And this could lead to some very good baseball here in the final half of the season. So Pirate baseball tonight right here on WMBS. First pitch, 6:40 tonight, 7:05. I'm sorry, pregame at 6:40, 7:05 is the first pitch. So, all righty. What else you want to chat about out there? I mentioned the mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, meddling in U.S. foreign policy. Don't you think he'd be better off taking care of New York, or trying to? I've heard, I haven't verified this myself, but since taking over the reins of New York at the beginning of the year, the welfare recipients have increased in the city. Whether that's him or not, I don't know, but he is the person in charge right now.
Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind. Hi, Russ. It's Tim Mahoney. How
Hey,
are you?
Tim, good. How are you?
Oh, all right. Hey, I'm tired of hearing about state and state and federal politics. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about school districts in Fayette County.
Yeah.
Where their standings are, and how education's on the back burner.
Yep.
Because of these school boards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to. I do have a guest the first hour tomorrow, Tim. The Italian Festival's in tomorrow, so we'll have to hold off to the second hour on that. But yeah, I've been talking about the school boards for the last couple months, and
I mean, it's ridiculous. They want to know why people don't want to locate here. That's the reason. The education system in Fayette County stinks.
Yeah.
And the school boards don't care. I mean, they act like they don't. It's no big deal, and it is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is, taxes keep going up every year, and I understand you do, costs go up, and you do have to, compensate for that at times. But what are we getting? What are we, the consumers, getting out of it?
We're not getting a good product.
There you go. Absolutely.
All right.
So looking forward to it, Tim.
Tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right. Well, guess what? That pretty much takes care of today's show. And you have a hint as to what's going to take place tomorrow now. Yes, Italian Festival is back in tomorrow, hour 1. We're going to get some updates on the planning for that, for the upcoming Italian Festival here in downtown Uniontown. And then we have a call from former state rep Tim Mahoney coming up. Well, we're going to talk some local education again. In the meantime, this is WMBS Uniontown. Fox News is coming up, followed by TJ with the local news, sports, and weather. It is 3 o'clock, WMBS Uniontown.
Neither side is letting up. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. After 9 straight nights of U.S. strikes on Iran.
CENTCOM saying the U.S. has hit targets in Iran, mainly military command and control centers, as well as launching sites for missiles and drones. Those U.S. attacks come after Friday's attack by Iran with a ballistic missile in Jordan killed 3 U.S. service members.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. 2 of those Americans identified as First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan of Hawaii and Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas, just 19 years old. The White House says President Trump will attend a dignified transfer tomorrow. A 4th service member was killed Saturday during the controlled detonation of an Iranian drone in Iraq. As the U.S. hits Iran and Iran attacks Gulf neighbors, the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen now say they will block Saudi shipping at the gateway to the Red Sea. An update expected soon from the FBI, which has a man in custody